Hello, Taurus. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a bonus reading for Tauruses out there. You had such a high viewership on my monthly Taurus reading, so I wanted to send you out a bonus reading. So glad you're here, Taurus. Let's get to this reading. This is for Taurus's Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross-watchers are always welcome. All right. What's hidden from... Thank you. Outcome and advice. Outcome and advice. Thank you. All right. Single cards. So the overall energy of today's reading is the Four of Cups in reverse. So in the original image here, this guy is being given a cup of love and he's pouring it out. He doesn't value what's in that cup. It's almost like he's got these other cups here, other interests, other supply, other love interests, and so he's pouring out a cup. This feels like someone poured out your cup of love, like you offered them your cup of love, Taurus, and they poured it out. This feels kind of Two of Cups. This was a soulmate, a loving partnership at one point. It feels like there was quite a connection here. Okay, so who poured out Taurus's cup of love? Why? Hermit reverse and Chariot reverse. Someone didn't want to be alone. They couldn't be alone. Someone couldn't be alone, but they couldn't move on either. Okay, this feels like the relationship, feels like a past relationship that's coming through. Or maybe you're going through this now, where the relationship has expired. It feels like someone has dumped out your cup, whatever you're offering, but they're not standing on business and being mature and saying, this is ended. Instead, it's like you're a placeholder. They're staying in this relationship because they don't want to be alone. So they benefit from being in a connection, in a relationship with you. Yeah, it feels like this is someone who doesn't appreciate you, doesn't accept your love, your energy. They're just pouring it out. It feels like they have other interests, quite possibly. Other people. It doesn't have to be affair partners. It could be just other things they're interested in, and they don't value the relationship. They don't value you. But they're staying in the relationship because they don't want to be alone. And they don't know how to make moves, to move on, to move away. So it feels painful. And it feels like emotional torture to be in a relationship with someone who, I'm hearing, like plays in your face. Someone who just takes the cups that you offer them and pours them out. It feels like this person is punishing you for their unhappiness. It doesn't feel like they're working to try to make this relationship better. They're just waiting for someone better to come along, and you're being tortured along the way. This also doesn't feel like this is good faith, to say the least. to stay in a relationship where they don't have feelings, they've lost feelings. Something has changed, they've changed, but they're not acknowledging an end. This feels like someone who is waiting for someone else to show up. There we go. Yes. Oh, the Four of Cups again with the Ace of Wands. The Sun coming out as a challenge to these energies. Now the Four of Cups is upright. What's interesting is now all four cups are spilled. There's even a little crab inside that cup. There is Cancerian energy here with the Chariot and now a crab here. Virgo energy as well. Okay. Now I get the feeling that you are this person, this character in the Four of Cups. And you're looking at all those cups you have offered this person that they've spilled out. They don't care. There's a painful lack of care here, lack of love. This is not care. This is not someone who loves. Stringing someone along because they don't want to be alone, using this relationship as a placeholder until, bam, Ace of Wands. It looks like they find someone else. The challenge is happiness, true happiness. This person is going after whatever's bright and shiny. It's a very immature person. Not only the level of cruelty, staying in a relationship past its expiration date, treating someone that at some point they cared about, but instead of allowing you to go and being honest that this isn't working, they're just holding on and benefiting from being in a relationship with you. This person doesn't know how to find happiness because it feels like they've got a lot of unresolved issues that you are not their medicine for. It's also a challenge because it's hard to see this because it feels like you might be love blind. You might believe this person. Something isn't quite right, but maybe that's the way relationships are. You know, it's confusing. This person purposefully has kept things confusing for you. They don't know what they want. They go after their Ace of Wands, whatever is sparking their interest here. Boy, there's Five of Cups in reverse, Two of Pentacles, Emperor reversed. So it looks like someone comes in and exciting, a potential love partner. They're unapologetic. They don't care who they hurt. Five of Cups in reverse. There's no remorse. They don't care. They want what they want. These are tough messages. Your convenience. And the moment they found someone who sparked their interest, they're juggling. Okay, so now I'm seeing they're juggling from inside a relationship, trying to see if they can replace, if this other person is someone they can replace you with. And then this Emperor in reverse energy. This is cruelty. This is someone that's not like, all right, now we'll have a breakup and I'll go explore this. This is someone that's like creating a scenario, juggling everyone, masked, very masked, and cruel. They don't want to just end this relationship that they've been in with you, just end it. They're They need to control the ending. This feels like a cruel person. They step into this Emperor in reverse. Feels like they have so much resentment and frustration planet focused on you, Taurus, because you can't make them happy or something like that. It feels like they've got reasons, justifications. Instead of, I have kept this other person on the line. I've kept Taurus dangling for so long. I'm going to do the right thing and end this connection and then explore a relationship with someone else. No, this is someone who, it's like they're setting it up so they don't even have to be alone for a minute. So the moment the relationship with you ends, they got somewhere to go. Diabolical, immature, toxic, totally toxic. I don't agree with that. The image, the mushrooms, those beautiful mushrooms being toxic. This person, they are ready for an ending, and they're so toxic that they're creating drama. It doesn't have to be this way. They could just end this relationship, but instead they're creating the most drama possible. Oh, this person wants you to fight for them. They want to feel wanted, needed. They want you to beg to stay with them, kind of energy. Wishful thinking. I think once you see that final discard and how I think you needed to see this, that they don't care about you, that they poured out your cup of love. Ooh, there's this energy of second chance, nostalgia. This person just doesn't want things to end. They don't know how to end things. It feels like, off of this wishful thinking, it feels like they're creating a narrative and they're creating a role for you, like a whole story that they have in their head of who they are and how they're going to make this shift. It's like they're trying to write. They're playing with people. They're playing with people, trying to control and write a script and direct it. This is a very controlling energy. Okay, the other card that came out is possibilities. Follow your dreams, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Believe in yourself. This person definitely explores all their possibilities. And they want what they want. It feels like finally they're making up their mind. I want someone else. And I'm going to create the biggest drama possible. And speaking of drama, 10 of Swords in what's hidden. This person, the drama, the chaos, the toxicity that they're creating is a painful ending. This is who they are. They're really showing, I feel like they've been waiting for this. But they've needed you, depended on you, relied on you because they can't be alone. But they didn't love you or appreciate you or value you. This is just so painful. I don't think you ever expected that you'd have to protect yourself from this person. This person created the most painful ending possible, custom tailored for you, because they know you so well, and they know how to wound you. They know how to upset you, how to make you real. Ooh, so it looks like a lot of you go no contact. once this person shows you that they don't care about you at all. I think you needed to see this. You needed to see who you were in a relationship with. And they go quickly, right away, after a breakup, after an ending. Oh, wow. Oh, what a surprise that they have someone else right there. How lucky, how successful that is for them. Feels like this person has quite a story about this other person. Oh, no. We didn't get together until after. Yeah. I think they're telling this story to a lot of people, and people are like, right. This is someone who really thinks that people believe them. I get the feeling that whoever this other person is, the ex, that not a lot of people, because of their position of who they are, not a lot of people can hold their feet to the fire, can call them out. So they live in a kind of a false reality, controlling, domineering, and this ending let you know exactly who they are. Cleared up any false misconceptions, any projections. This is someone very unhappy. And there's this realization that this was not love for this person, for sure. This is not how you care for someone and love someone. Feels like you centered this person in your life, drank the Kool-Aid, lost yourself in this relationship. Maybe you were raised to center someone in your life. So this was how you were raised to relate to another. But it looks like this ending had to be painful enough so you could see who they really are. See through the delusions, the illusions, your own projections, your own... It feels like by staying in this relationship, there's a lot that you've missed out on. A lot of maturing and growth by centering someone else in your experience, especially centering someone so toxic. Of course, you're going to have spill off and have toxic traits and maladaptive strategies. It looks like, I like the Four of Swords in reverse and what's hidden. I like no contact. It feels like you're realizing very quickly, a sudden realization that this person is not for you, not on your side, and so you don't share any information with this person. They're not a friend. It feels like at this point, when the Ten of Swords happens, that quite frankly, for some of you, your safety I'm concerned about. Because this person is just a bit cuckoo. They feel like they can do it. They can manipulate others. Okay. This person is leaving you not only devastated, emotionally just so wounded and hurt, but terrified, fearful. They're trying to make this the worst case scenario as possible for you. It feels like there's a lot of healing, internal healing here. Having to learn how to love yourself. Immediately, it looks like focusing on your stability, moving forward, blocking this person out. This person has made it very clear that you can't move forward with them. Ten of Swords, you can't come back from that type of betrayal. They've made it very clear, not with their words, with their actions. Yeah, with their words as well, but just not truthful words. This person is allergic to the truth. Anything else that's hidden that would help Taurus? Nope. Okay. In the outcome and advice, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Feeling unprotected. Feeling like you can't protect yourself from the person in your environment. Someone so close, and suddenly there's this realization that you need protection from the person who you thought was helping you, was a protector maybe. I'm surprised the Tower hasn't shown up. This feels like a lot of epiphanies, world-ending type of energy, your false reality, what you thought was your reality collapsing, and then waking up and realizing that the person that you're in a relationship with doesn't just not care about you, but is willing to cast you in a role, in a part, where you get betrayed and hurt, where you're decimated. Not just ending a relationship, but they want to, all the resentment that they never shared, all the anger, frustration that they had having to stay in a relationship past its expiration date. It's like, instead of realizing that they co-created this relationship, it feels like they're blaming you, punishing you. This is a very punishing energy. Outcome and advice. What advice would help Tauruses, those who are watching? Excuse me. Empress. There's a lot of feminine energy. It feels like this is this breakdown of this relationship is creating a breakthrough opportunity. This is very internal. Feels like it shifts who you are from the inside out. It looks like you're stepping into, there's a potential here in the outcome for you to step into your divine feminine energy, to go after what you really want and desire, instead of whatever this has been. It feels like you can really learn a lot from the experiences. This isn't for naught. It just feels like you are exploring lessons, learning, creating opportunities to learn from this type of relationshiping, that this was not your happily ever after. This was more perfect lesson for you to help you heal from some childhood wounds. Accepting, trying to keep a relationship together after it's fallen apart. Maybe you didn't want to be alone either, and so you were both tolerating a relationship instead of going your separate ways. Feels like this really helps you heal from those childhood wounds, limited beliefs, and there's a whole new world out there with Two of Wands. In the Two of Wands, this figure has gone through life and rushed and came back home, and this fella thinks, I've experienced everything there is to experience. I've had relationships, I've had this experience, I already know what life is. Full cup kind of mentality. But what this card is saying is that you have learned a lot. You have the whole world at your fingertips. You have all this time left. That there's a whole other world out there for a new you, new experiences. There are lovers that you have yet to love and experience and taste and touch and hold. There are friends out there you have yet to meet There are friends that you will love and that will love you that you haven't even met yet. There are lovers, people that you will love and who will love you, lining up energetically. Can you tune into that? There's a whole other world of experiences that you have not had yet. And it feels like I'm talking to somebody who's wanting to heal from this. You don't have to do anything. But it feels like I'm talking to the Taurus who wants to have a different experience in romance, wants a loving relationship, wants to know when to get out of a relationship, to recognize when a relationship has expired, to not just stay in it past the expiration date, that it's okay to be alone, that your greatest love of your life is you. If you're looking for someone to make you feel good, it's you. You're right here. Love yourself. Fill your own cup. Turn all that energy, instead of centering someone else, on you. Show yourself how much you can be loved by creating healthy boundaries, by not tolerating bad behavior, by getting yourself out of environments where you're not cared for, by realizing when someone's yanking your chain, when someone's lying to you, even, and trust your feelings. It feels like there's tons of lessons here for you to learn and grow and move past this. I think your challenge is the Four of Pentacles, thinking this is as good as it gets, and like holding on instead of believing, creating. You are the creator of your reality. So if you want a new love, a different type of love, then you can create that. You can create whatever you want. There's something here about showing yourself how powerful you are. What is it that you want? What are you inspired by? What is it that you want to create in this next step of your life? So, all right, I hope that's helpful, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day.